Hello, hello. My name is Christian Lee here for Earworm Digital, and we're here with.
Hey, I am Ghost or Finn, whatever you prefer.
AKA lead singer of Love Ghost. And how you doing today?
I'm doing good, man. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I am doing great. I mean, it's been kind of a hectic day, but now I'm here with you. Everything's chill now.
Exactamundo.
Exactly. Right now it's October, your favorite month because your favorite holiday is coming up. And also, I mean, maybe they could see in the background, but there is a haunting figure. Maybe you can't see the head, but it's there.
Yeah, this is Lavelle. I bought him at Spirit Halloween 2 years ago. I keep him in my studio where I record all my music. I like all things spooky. I like all things Halloween-esque. I like ghosts. Actually, I love ghosts. I take that back.
Makes sense.
So, had to do it to him.
And let's talk about, well, we're going to get through it all, but let's talk about a song that you did drop recently. And I'm really interested how this came about. It's the song you collaborated with, I think, how do you pronounce it? SKOLD?
SKOLD? Yeah.
Nightshade and Cocaine.
Yeah, so it's actually the second single off of the upcoming collaborative album that me and SKOLD have together. Tim SKOLD is a legendary music producer and musician. He's produced Motionless in White, KMFDM, Marilyn Manson. He was actually in Marilyn Manson's band for a decade. And yeah, I had been listening to him ever since I was really young. And I actually met him at the Viper Room 2 years ago, and I took a picture with him as a fan because I was just honestly really excited that he was there. And his wife, Erin, who's also his manager, saw that picture, heard some of my music, and they actually reached out to me about the possibility of collaborating. Then we made an entire album. This is really kind of the first full-length Love Ghost album, and it comes out next month in November 22nd.
That's cool. But what was the concept behind this song, though? Because, I mean, wild title name.
Yeah, wild title name, Nightshade and Cocaine. It was really about wanting to change something in yourself, and obviously it's shown through extreme measures of altered states of mind, which would be drugs and witchcraft. But more than that, it's really just about wanting to change something in your life, wanting to change part of your personality, and kind of that metamorphosis.
Yeah. And, because we did talk about earlier, it was October. And you did tell me off camera, but we're going to say it on camera now, that you are doing a Halloween show, but in Mexico City.
Yeah, Mexico City, October 25th. It's a few days before Halloween. Okay. The venue is called Núcleo Emergente. I think that means nuclear emergency. I'm not sure, but I think that's what that means in Spanish. And yeah, there's a lot of really cool artists. Chester, she's super awesome. Ardis. Nope, and a few more bands, Mexican artists will be performing. It's going to be really cool. Get your tickets if you can. Love to celebrate Halloween with you guys.
All right, Mr. Worldwide.
I am Senior Worldwide.
Mm-hmm. And I think it's funny, too, because, I mean, you say that, you made an album in Spanish, too, and, you say you have a lot of fans in Mexico. But I think it's really cool, too, because, you've done Love Ghost for a while now, and you've actually traveled the world, right? What's your favorite country outside of Mexico that you've just played in?
That's a great question. Yeah, I've been blessed. I've been able to travel. I've played shows in Ecuador. I played shows in Japan. I played shows in Germany. I love all of them for many different reasons. They're super cool. The people are always cool. The culture is cool. The food is cool. Japan is really special, though, just because it's so different, especially compared to America. So I was really kind of just blown away by even just getting the opportunity to go to Japan. Being able to play there was really special.
And I just need to know, too, because you said, being, Japan was special and everything, but you've also played you've opened up for some cool bands, but I think you are going to be in a festival with some really cool bands, too. You want to tell about that? I believe it's called Dirty Fest?
Yeah, Dirty Fest, Lil Lotus, the Honey Revenge, the Somerset, Death by Romy. And yeah, I'm really excited for it. It's November 16th at Catch One. You can get your tickets online. I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be a really great night. I think it's going to be really fun. I've worked with Dirty Mondays before. They always throw really great shows here in LA. They also throw shows in Italy and Nashville and other cities around the globe. But yeah, I'm really excited for Dirty Fest.
Mm-hmm. You've played at festivals. You've played all around the world. You've played at a bunch of venues in LA. But what's been like your favorite show to date that you've played in?
That's a good question. I would say
it could be a show that you're opening for. It could be one of your headline shows. Like, what's one that stood out to you?
Yeah, so it was in August 2022. I played in Mexico City. There's actually a clip of it on my Instagram. I pinned the post. It was the biggest show I've ever played. I played with Adon Cruz. He was actually a huge part in the reason of me even coming down to Mexico and collaborating with all these artists and producers in Mexico. And that show was just really special because there was like 3,000 people there. People knew the lyrics. People knew the song, and that was just really heartwarming to me as an artist. Just because there's a lot of moments when you're a musician where there's the opposite of that, and people don't come to your shows, and things can be really discouraging. But having a moment like that is a really great memory.
And speaking of great memories too, because I bet you've made so many, just making music and just performing. But what are some artists that inspired you to make music?
Yeah, I have a lot. I would say like my first ever favorite band that kind of made me fall in love with music as a whole was Nirvana. My parents had the Nevermind CD. I found it in a drawer when I was like 6, and I would listen to it like every single day on repeat. And I had this like stuffed animal, and I would like make him like dance to the to the songs and like rock out to it. So Nirvana's definitely up there for me. And then that quickly bled into other grunge bands such as Alice in Chains, and kind of just a lot of 90s rock bands in general, like Smashing Pumpkins, Radiohead. And then I'm inspired by a lot of artists, Eminem, but I was also super inspired by the SoundCloud movement. So like Lil Peep, Juice WRLD, XXXTentacion, etc. A lot of artists around that time were really kind of inspired me to want to also start producing music myself, and it kind of just showed that it was possible.
That is really cool too, because you have basically everything you've done for Love Ghost just on Spotify, and it's cool listening to your old stuff and then seeing as like you listen to the newer stuff, like it progresses and the sound changes, which is, I think it's cool. As a musician, obviously you don't want to stay in one box, you want to evolve, and it's cool. Like you're just expanding your sound.
Yeah, I try to keep it interesting, and I try to keep it like, I try to ask myself, is this something that I would listen to if I was a neutral party? And yeah, I think if you're not evolving, if you're not changing your sound, then what's the point? Like we're all here to evolve, we're all here to grow, we're all here to expand, we're all here to So.
Exactly. And you and me, we're all here because we're doing an interview with you. But it's funny because you reached out to me, and I'm wondering, like, how did you find out about me? I'm not trying to glaze myself, but I am curious though, because we haven't talked to us beforehand. Like, was it like one of the interviews you saw, or like what was it?
Yeah, I saw you guys on YouTube. I saw actually your interview with Critter.
Dude, shout out to Critter. Second shout out of the day. I love her.
Yeah, Critter's super talented. I really love her music. I saw that interview. I was like, wow, these guys are really cool. And then I want to do an interview with you guys. So, yeah.
That's so sick. And, obviously our first time we met, but we have some chemistry. We're gelling. And, this interview series is all about, like, becoming fast friends. And I feel like we've reached that point, right?
We're best friends. I love you.
Hell yeah, bro. Hey, fly me to Mexico City. I'll see you there.
You know the vibes.
All right, and the thing I love to do for my friends is give them gifts. So I do have one gift for you. You mentioned this artist, and hopefully you don't have his vinyl, but it's Nirvana Live.
Whoa! Thank you. That's very kind of you. Nirvana Live and Loud. Yeah, I don't have this. This is really special, man.
Yeah, it's sick.
Thank you so much. That's really kind of you. Thank you. I do have a vinyl player, so I'm totally gonna rock out to this. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That's really, really cool of you. Thank you so much.
And Love Ghost is basically your love child, and you've been doing this for a long time. And it all started School of Rock, right?
Yes, you found that out. That's cool. Yeah, I did go to School of Rock when I was younger, and that was kind of like I took guitar lessons there, took singing lessons there. It's kind of how I started in like having such an interest in music.
And I think it's funny because I think around the same time that you were playing at School of Rock, there was this band just started out, and they did just break up, I think, last year too. It was called The Regrets. They were my first ever interview, so like it's cool. It's like full circle moment right here. Because I know you used to perform with them like at the same shows too.
That's crazy. Yes, that is true. I'm still pretty close family friends with Janessa Gariano. Shout out Janessa.
Shout out to Janessa. Love them.
That is a small world.
That is a small world. Oh, that's cool. I'll have to talk to Janessa later because we still talk every now and then, so that's cool.
That's very cool.
Dang. All right. And that's a little mind-blowing. But let me talk about more stuff, too. Let's hear about this. All right. Let's see if any of these names ring a bell to you. I think some are probably familiar, though. Like Al, Max, Maya, Will.
Yes, those are the people that I... when Love Ghost first started, so first I was just playing shows by myself. That is a loud-ass airplane.
This is crazy. We're going to wait. We're going to wait for that. That's crazy.
That's like, I hope World War III did not just start.
No.
That is like shockingly loud. Yeah, the first time that I started Love Ghost, I asked these people, they were my peers at the time, to play a show with me. It was at this Chinese restaurant called
Genghis Khan.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my first kind of ever show with like Love Ghost as a band, and they played with me. Yeah.
Dang, what a throwback! Because I mean, they still do shows now, but that's just so funny. Because like, when was the last time you were there?
I think I went there for an event in like maybe 2019 or something like that. Yeah, I haven't been there in a long time though.
Because the way they have it now, I mean, maybe it was same back then too, but it's like they have the restaurant and then literally just like on the side, like in the room next to it, is just like where you could just fit people and they just play music. It's so funny.
Yeah, it's kind of a bizarre layout, but it's definitely interesting. That's a good way to describe it.
Speaking of bizarre, you've opened up for a lot of people, but I think my favorite one that I found out about is you opened up for Smash Mouth.
Yes, and I might or might not, don't know if I'm allowed to say this, have an unreleased song with them. We'll see. But
that is sick.
Yeah, that was a really cool experience. I've played with them twice. I've played with both singers, with Steve and now the new singer Zach. I actually played a show with Zach last year at the Viper Room. It was really cool. He came up on stage. We did All Star together. I played guitar. It was really fun.
And then the last question I need to know, because you've collaborated with a lot of people. You're doing a collaborative album with SKOLD, unreleased song with a very popular band too. But I think my favorite one, because I really want to know how this happened. You did one for Rico Nasty.
Shout out Rico Nasty. Yeah, that was a really crazy moment. At the time, the manager that I was working with knew her manager, and this was during COVID, so I just kind of remember feeling super depressed. But when he called me and he told me the information that Rico would possibly interested in doing a feature, possibly making a collab with me, I was shaking. I was so excited. I was like, what? That is crazy. Like, she's so talented. Mm-hmm. She's so awesome. Yeah, the song is called Wolfsbane. It's inspired by like werewolves and shit. So yeah, that was a really, really cool experience. Like I said, it was done during COVID, so it was done remotely. We kind of just sent the stems to her. And actually, I remember when I got her vocals back originally, I was so blown away and I was so amazed. I was like, I'm kind of like scared to release this. So I rewrote and re-recorded all of my vocals on the song because I really wanted to make sure they were at least half as good as hers.
Well, I think that's another full circle moment too, because you said, when you were just like listening to music and you were expanding your sound, you listen to all these SoundCloud rappers. She was like one of them too.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Well, Finn or Ghost, thank you for taking time to do this interview. It's been a lot of fun. But before we turn off the camera though, because we are here because of you, is there anything else you'd like to plug? You've plugged a few shows, and maybe you get to say that again. You have an album on the way, maybe another song that you're going to talk about, I don't know, or a message to the fans. What else you got to say?
It's a good question, and I'm a little bit stumped. But yeah, the main thing is that November 22nd, I'm releasing this collaborative album, Love Ghost X SKOLD. I'm really excited about it. We worked really hard on it. And it's really the first ever full-length album that Love Ghost has. We've released a lot of collaboration, compilation albums that are just kind of a bunch of singles that we've released. We usually drop singles. We've dropped EPs before. But this album is really... I had a mixtape called Lobotomy when I was in high school. But this is kind of the first full-length Love Ghost album. So I'm excited. I hope you guys like it as much as I do.